Hello and welcome to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to see how you can set up the Trello trigger inside Pabbly Connect. So a lot of users were facing issues while setting up the Trello trigger, and the issue was they were getting responses for multiple events even after setting up the trigger for a specific event. So in this video, we are going to show you how you can resolve this issue. For that, here I have created an automation workflow inside Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to select Trello as the trigger application. Just select it. After selecting Trello in trigger event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as new card. So I'm selecting this trigger event just for an example. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our Trello account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the username, API key and token of our Trello account. Now you must be thinking how you can get all of these details. So here in the help text, you can see this hyperlink that we have to log into the Trello account and then we have to go to the developer key and power up admin portal. So after logging in to your Trello account in the browser, just click on this power up admin portal. And in a new tab, this power up section will open in front of us. Right now, I have created a power up or integration named as Pabbly Connect. And to create a new one, click on this new button. Then give this power up or integration a name. Let's say I'll name it as Pabbly. Then after that, we have to select the workspace for which we are creating this integration. Just select the workspace, and then if you are creating a power up, it is required to enter the iframe connector URL. But right now, I'm just creating an integration with the API key. So we can ignore this field for now. Then it is asking us for the email. So I'll just enter the email address over here. Then it is asking us for support email. So I'll enter a dummy support email too. After that, it is asking us for the author, so the author is demo. So these are the details of the developer or the person who is creating this integration in the Trello account. Then after doing this, just click on this save button. And as we click on save, here you can see the integration is created. Now, if you already have an API key with Trello, you can just enter that API key and use it. Or if you want, you can generate a new API key as well. So I'll click on this generate a new API key button and click on generate. And as we click on generate, here you can see the API key is generated. Just copy the API key from here and paste it over here in the Pabbly Connect connection window. And after that, we have to enter the username and token as well. And to get these details in front of API key, you can see this hyperlink named as token. Just click on it. And after that, you will reach to this page. From here, you will get the username of your Trello account. So I'll just copy it from here. And after that, I'll just paste it over here in the connection window. After that, we will just scroll down and click on this allow button. And as we click on allow, the token is also generated. So copy the token from here and paste it in the connection window. And after entering these details, let's click on save. And as we click on save, we will see our Trello account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, we have to set up this trigger. And for that, it is asking us that the trigger of new card we want to set up for which board and which list. So in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the boards which I have in my Trello account. Out of all of this, the board which we are going to use in this video is named as new leads. Let's say I want to set up the trigger for this new leads board. So from the dropdown, I'll just search for new leads this board and select it. Now under new leads board, I want to set up this trigger for hot leads. So I want that whenever a new card is created in this particular list named as hot leads, only in that case, the details of the new card should be received inside Pabbly Connect. So here in the list from this dropdown, I'm going to select that list. After selecting the list, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see it has now changed to waiting for response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response of a new card from Trello. So what we are going to do, we will go to a Trello account and in the same list, we are going to create a card. Let's say the name of the card is test user. Just how I have entered the card name. Now, as we enter the name of the card, as we create a new card, in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this trigger step, we have received the response. And in this response, you will get the details of the same card. You will get the name of the same list in which the card is created. We will scroll down. The action type is create card. We'll scroll down further and we will see some other details. Like here we have the display translation key where we have received this response of action create card. That for what particular event, for which particular event we have received the response from Trello. We'll scroll down further and you can see the name of the card as well. But because we have not entered the details of the card over here till now, that's why we haven't received the card details. But as I told you that the issue which the users are facing, that if I update this card, in that case as well, Trello is going to send the details, send a response to Pabbly Connect. Let me show you. I'll just update the details in this card. Let's say the name is test user. Now I'll just add the email over here. And after that, I'll just add a mobile number. So just now I've added some details in this card. And after adding the details, I'll just close it. Now, as I update this card, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we will get the response. So we will just go to the history section of this automation workflow. And under history section, you can see we have received some response from Trello. Trello has sent some data to Pabbly Connect. If you click on this task history ID, you can see the trigger response is captured and it's a blank response. But after some time, you will see you will get the response of the updated card as well. Now to avoid this issue, what we are going to do, in the help text itself, it is mentioned that we have to use a filter condition immediately after this trigger. And we have to select the label action as display translation key from trigger response. So here we have received a response named as display translation key, as you can see over here. So on this particular label, we have to set up a filter condition and we have to keep the filter value equals to action underscore create underscore card. So here you can see this is the filter condition which we have to set up. Now, whenever a new card will be created, only in that case, we will get this value action underscore create underscore card in front of translation key. If the new card is updated, deleted, or if we get some data from Trello for some other event for the card, in that case, we are not going to get this translation key. So this filter condition ensures that we get the response or we process the automation for the correct situation. And to set up this kind of filter, we will just scroll down and come to this Actions tab. Here in Choose App, we will search for Filter. Just select it. After selecting Filter by Pabbly in Action Event from the drop-down, select Filter Values and click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, here it is asking us for the select label. Now, as written in the help text of the trigger, we have to select the label as Display Translation Key. So we will just select the same label in the Filters tab. And here to select the label, just click here. In the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Trello of a new card. Out of all of these responses, select the response of display translation key. The filter type will be equals to and the value will be this which we have received for a new card from Trello. The value is action underscore create underscore card. So we are just going to copy the same value from here and then paste it over here. After pasting this value and selecting the label and selecting the filter type, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see it is showing us the condition is true. Because we have received this response of a new card being created from Trello, that's why it is showing us the filter condition is true. But after this, if we get the response or if we get the details for some other event, like for a card being updated or deleted from Trello, in that case, this filter condition will show the response as false because it is not going to get this particular value action underscore create underscore card for this label. And our automation workflow will be terminated at this very same step. Now, after setting up this trigger for Trello with the filter condition, we are going to test this automation workflow. I'll go to my Trello account. I'll just create a new card over here. The name of this card is Dummy Card. So just now we have added a new card, and after adding the new card, we will see Trello will set the response of this new card to Pabbly Connect. But after adding the card, let me update this card as well. Let's say I'll update the detail as email. And then a phone number. Just click on save. Now let me add a label as, for example, I'll add the label as red over here. And then let me add a due date for 30th of March. So just now what I have done, I have updated this card as well. I have created the card and updated the card too. Now after this, we will go back to our Pabbly Connect workflow, and in the history section of this Pabbly Connect, we will see whether we have received the response from Trello as well. And yes, here you can see we have received multiple responses from Trello. So this was the initial response which we got, but all of these responses are received just now. Now here we'll check this response. We'll just click here, and in the trigger step you can see we have received the response over here. And for which particular event we have received the response, let's check. So the display translation key is action_create_card. This means we have received the response of a new card being created. And here we will see the name of the same card, that is dummy card. Now after this, the response which we have received after this, let's check that response. Here you will see in the trigger step, we have received the response for this particular event or for this particular trigger, and the action key, the translation key is action_change_description of the card. So we have received the response from Trello of the description of the task being updated as well. But we have created this trigger just to get the response or the details of a new card. We don't want to get the details of the description of the card being updated, but the Trello is sending the data. And because we have added this filter condition, you will see this filter condition is giving us the message as false because we have not received the appropriate translation key. So that's why you can see by adding a filter condition, you can just avoid this problem of your automation workflow being triggered from Trello for unnecessary or unwanted trigger events. Now, the next response which we are going to see, we will be getting the response some other event. We will just scroll down to these responses and the translation key is unknown. And here by filter, it has eliminated this execution as well. It has given the condition as false and workflow will not be continued after this. Similarly, we have received the response for different events over here and the same step, the same action is happening with them as well. We are not continuing this automation because we have received the translation key as action_added a due date. Because we have added a due date, we will see we just want to get the data of a new card being created in Trello and the filter has given the condition as false. So because I have created or I have selected this new card trigger, that's why I have selected this filter condition or the filter value as action_create_card. If you select any other trigger from Trello which is webhook based, which is instant trigger, in that case, you can just select or update the filter condition as given in the important note over here. And by adding a filter condition after the Trello trigger, you can avoid the problem of your workflow being triggered or initiated for unwanted events. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can email us at support@pabbly.com or post it on our forum over here. Or you can write us in the comment box below too. If you want to check out the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. And if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Pabbly. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.